Imagine if every baby were born like a blank piece of paper. Everything they learn, every time they live, every talent they have, every emotional experience comes only from their environment. Sounds interesting, right? But what if this idea is wrong? For centuries, philosophers and scientists have debated about the idea of we are born with a completely empty mind or do we already have natural abilities. This is called the blank slate theory, and for a long time, people believed in it. Even today, many education systems still treat students as if they were blank slates, assuming they all learn the same way. But science tells us that this is not true. One of the biggest critics of the blank slate idea is Steven Pinker, and psychologist and author. He says that humans not have empty minds at birth. Instead, we are born with genetic influences, natural talents, and instincts that shape how we learn. So, today we will explore what is the blank slate theory, what does science say about it, how do sociocultural factors play a role, and what are the consequences, limitations, and challenges of seeing students as blank slates? So, first of all, the blank slate theory comes from the philosopher John Locke, who lived in 17th century. He described the mind as a tabula rasa, which means empty board in Latin. He believed that all our knowledge comes from experiences. We are born with no personality, talents, or instincts. And environment and education create everything we are. This idea was very popular for a long time. Many schools were designed and created with the idea that students were all the same and could be treated in the exactly same way. But Steven Pinker challenges this. He says that science does not support the blank slate theory. We are not empty at birth. Instead, we are born with genetic influences, personality differences, natural ways of learning. So, what does science say? Many scientific studies show that humans are born with inbuilt traits. Let's look at some evidence. The twin studies. Scientists studied twins who were separated at birth and raised in different families. If the blank slate theory were true, these twins should grow up completely different because they have different experiences. But in reality, twins often have similar personalities, interests, and intelligence, even if they grow up in different places. This shows that genetics plays a big and important role in who we are. Babies already show personalities. Newborn babies, who have almost no life experience, already show different reactions. Some babies are naturally calm, some cry more and are more active, and some prefer certain voices or faces. If babies were truly blank, They should all react the same way, but they don't. Our brains are pre-wired to learn in different ways. Neuroscientists have discovered that our brains have built-in learning abilities. For example, some people learn better by reading, while others need to listen or do some activities. Some children naturally understand math, while others find it very difficult. Some, some other children have a natural ear for music, while others do not. So, if science tells us we are not blank slates, what about our experiences? Do they still matter? The answer is that some people argue that our environment and experiences shape everything about us. It's true that culture, society, and family play an important role, but is that enough to completely define who we are? Many people share the same economic, social, and cultural background, but they are still very different individuals. Two children can grow up in the same neighborhood, same school, and same family situation, but one may love art and the other may love science. Two students in the same school have completely different motivation and levels of interest in learning. Why? Because each person is a world of their own. We all have different natural skills, unique interests and passions, and individual ways of understanding and seeing the world. Yes, experiences shape us, but they do not create fixed identities that are identical to others. Treating students as blank slates ignores completely these individual differences, and that is a big problem in education. So, if we assume all students are blank slates, we create a unique and unmoldable education system that has serious consequences because we will not be responsible teachers for our students' learning processes. Many schools use the same teaching method for all students. It could be that students who struggle with traditional methods feel frustrated or even stupid, and students who learn quickly get bored and lose motivation. Also, some students are great at art, music, or sports, but these abilities are not valued. Some students have a natural talent for science or literature, but schools don't focus on them. If everyone is treated the same, students don't develop their strengths. Many students feel like failures because they don't fit the system. When students are forced to learn in ways that don't match with their brains, they experience stress and anxiety. So, as 21st century teachers, how can we change this? We have a first challenge that is moving from traditional teaching to personalized learning. It's true that many teachers were trained in old methods based on the blank slate, but it is important that they must adapt to teaching in ways that respect students' differences and abilities. The second challenge is recognizing and developing natural talents. Schools must give importance to, creativity, leadership, sports, and social skills, and art, but not only in academic subjects. The third challenge is using technology to support individual learning. The use of AI and educational apps in a responsible way can allow students to learn at their speed. Schools must integrate technology in a way that supports personalized learning. It's true that this can be difficult in countries like Colombia, where there are many students in each class. In these cases, teachers should try different ways to teach, thinking about the differences between students. This way, their strengths can stand out instead of being ignored. So, should education today be based on the blank slate? The answer is no, because students are not blank slates. They have natural strengths, weaknesses, and unique personalities. Instead of forcing students to fit into a single system, education should adapt to how the brain works. What if education stopped trying to make all students the same and instead help them become the best version of themselves? Thank you.